Hello, Taurus, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your connection to the person you are needing to learn the most from right now. We're looking at all three sides of it. We've got your energy toward it, their energy toward it, and then the energy in between it. Concept being that there are three sides to every story. So looking at your version of the truth, their version of the truth, and this higher level, unbiased truth in the middle. I do encourage you to think outside the box with these readings. This might not just be about a romantic connection. This could be a friend, a family member, a coworker. This could be talking about several different connections in your life. So do remember to take the messages as they resonate and leave what does not. The last thing I want to mention is that these energies very well could be swapped. So you could very much resonate more with the energy to my right than to my left. If that is the case, that is totally fine and totally normal. But remember, general reading, so take it as it resonates. Any information on the extended reading is in the description box below, or in booking a personal reading with me. Okay, that's it. I promise. All right, Taurus, on your side of the connection, you have make a decision with love matters. This was kind of interesting because it feels like there's some sort of a decision you're needing to make, right? With the make a decision card. But at the same time, it's a decision that needs to be made from love and not from fear. And that sounds cheesy and obvious. I do understand that. But I feel like with this connection, it has a tendency to kind of tunnel your focus a little bit. And I feel like what this is kind of talking about is widening your perception and learning to make decisions, especially in connections, that keep you following your heart. Because I do feel like there's love here. But I feel like you don't want to be blinded by that, right? You don't want to see through the lens of rose-colored glasses. You don't want to, not see the truth of how you feel about a certain connection. Now, this person has vulnerability with heightened their vitality. This is a very straightforward message about this person. They struggle with vulnerability, and they need to raise their vibration to get on your level. Now, when I talk about being on your level, that does not mean that you are better than them, or that being healed and doing the work should give you a sense of superiority. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that there's this level of they don't feel like they're a vibrational match for you at this time. Now, that doesn't mean that they can't be. But with the vulnerability card, I feel like this person struggles with, they struggle with vulnerability with others, and that means they struggle with vulnerability with themselves, being honest with themselves about, what they need to be honest with themselves about in order to heal. Now, in between this connection, you have illumination and higher ground. There's a need to look at this from a higher perspective, because there is a perspective here that is, it's like, and this is kind of what I was seeing, the tunnel vision. Like, it's like, you're looking at your immediate surroundings, and there's this need to get on top of this mountain so you can see everything, because I feel like there's like a tunnel vision kind of energy. Like, you're focused so much on like one aspect of this connection instead of looking at the connection as a whole and making a decision based on that. But let's see. I know that was a little confusing. Let's see if we can get some truth here. All right, this is Taurus's side of the connection to the person they are dealing with. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and looking at their connection to the person they are dealing with. This is Taurus's side of the connection, please. Taurus's side of the connection. This is a connection from your past that you're holding on to. Maybe you don't want to be holding on to it, but you are. It feels like you can't shake it. Like, I feel like it feels like you can't get this connection out of your energy. Like, even if there is separation here, it's like you're always thinking about them or something. Not always, but like you still think about them, or it's like they still have a hold over your energy in some way, shape, or form. Now, with this make a decision card, it's interesting because I feel like there's some, it's almost like you haven't fully made a decision to leave this connection in the past. And that's why it, like there's, maybe you're holding out hope for something. Let me just get, this is Taurus's side of the connection to the person they're dealing with. So this is something from your past. Could be recent past. It doesn't have to be. This is Taurus's side of the connection to this person. Yeah. You have certain expectations about this still. You're holding on to certain expectations about this. Now, what are these expectations? Clarifying the Ten of Cups in reverse. Clarifying this Ten of Cups in reverse for Virgo. Ooh. You're caught in something pretty karmic here. Because there is almost this like, there is a lot of thinking about this connection. I feel like so much of your emotional and mental energy goes to this. And it's not because this person needs to come back from your past. It's because there's something you're needing to learn here. Because there's some limiting belief or some perspective that you have that's needing to be brought to the surface. There's a lot of like this, there's a lot of overthinking here in terms of this. You get Taurus's side of the connection to the person they're dealing with. Taurus's side of this connection, please. Taurus's side of this connection, please. Yeah, because you feel a loss here, but you weren't treated well with the Ten of Cups in reverse. You weren't treated well by this. So I don't know, but there's a lot of dwelling on this loss. A lot of dwelling on this loss, even though it didn't. Yeah, wow. Six of Pentacles in reverse, the Empress in reverse, Three of Pentacles. It's like it didn't. Like you deserve so much more than what this connection gave you. But for some reason, there's like, what are these expectations? I feel like you might have. Oh, I kind of see what this is saying. Okay, let me get more for Taurus's side of the connection. This is Taurus's side of the connection to this person. I feel like you think it's like if we could just work through this conflict, we could make this work. Like that's kind of what I'm getting here. But at the same time, I don't necessarily know with this person's lack of vulnerability and them not being a vibrational match for you, if they can give you what it is that you deserve. That's why you have love matters. It's almost like you, I don't feel like there's love here, but I also feel like it might be a little bit one-sided. It doesn't have to be. We'll see when we jump in here, but it's almost like love doesn't lack. Love doesn't leave you guessing. And there's a lot of uncertainty in your energy about this connection. This is Taurus's side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. This is Taurus's side of this connection. You knew, Taurus, on some level, you knew this tower was going to happen. It's like you knew things were going to fall apart. Okay. But what was the, I feel like maybe you had the extra, Okay, let me clarify this. This is kind of what I was feeling before. Let me double check. I want clarity on this. Make sure. Yep. Okay. Yep. So 7 of Cups, Hierophant, 4 of Cups in reverse with this Tower and this High Priestess, kind of in alignment with this 10 of Cups in reverse. It's like you knew what this connection was, but you hoped it would be different. You held on to these expectations of, well, maybe for me, this person will be different. Maybe for me, they'll open up. Sure, they might be emotionally unavailable, but maybe for me, they won't be. And then when they weren't able to be, there was a lot of taking that personally. That is so common. So give yourself grace for that. But there's a part of you that needs to realize that you were looking for love from someone that wasn't able to provide it, isn't able to provide it. Especially not in the way that you are deserving of. They might do their best and you might see their potential, but I don't think that they are capable of giving you what it is you deserve, Taurus. Let's get one more for Taurus's side of this connection. Let me make sure, let me clarify this 8 of Wands in reverse. There, okay, so that, it's funny because I was like, that's a weird message to have with this card. Usually when I see that message, it would be the Ace of Swords in reverse, and then the Ace of Swords in reverse came out to clarify it. Okay, because it's confusion that I'm getting. Like there's confusion that you feel about this connection, and I feel like a lot of that is because this person might have a tendency to say a lot of the right things, but I don't feel like their actions back it up. And I feel like that leaves you, that's what I said, like it leaves you guessing. And that's not fair to you. You don't deserve to be in any type of connection. There is not a single type of fulfilling connection that is meant for you that leaves you guessing. It's when you are with the people that are meant to be in your life, you are certain, you are sure, you know how they feel about you, you know how you feel about them, you know it feels right. And there's a part of you here that just, I feel like this person often leaves you guessing, leaves you wondering, leaves you uncertain. And then that gets you, I feel like that's where that overthinking comes from, because it gets you really in your head, and then you start to second guess yourself, and then you start to overthink, your own worth and things like that. And it's all because of this person's energy towards you. It has nothing to do with you, and everything to do with them. Well, obviously it has something to do with you. There's something to be learned here, but let's see. This person's energy toward Taurus, please. This person's energy toward Taurus. Will vulnerability and heighten your vitality. What is this person's energy toward Taurus? Interesting. So there's the 8 of Wands and the 6 of Wands. It's interesting because I feel like they see, they're very like hopeful about this in a way, but almost in kind of like a, yeah, because there's the 10 of Cups in reverse. Okay, hang on. Let me get clarity. This is a very mirrored connection. I mean, the fact that we pulled 2 cards right off the bat that are in your energy, 10 of Cups and the 8 of Wands, is kind of crazy. Let me get more here. Okay, hang on. Give me just 1 second to kind of make sense of all this, because it's a lot of different energy. This doesn't feel like one. I feel like that's one of the things that's coming through. Like, this person's very scattered. Now, this person has certain expectations of how this connection should go too. That, I feel like, might be the main issue here, is that your expectations of what a loving connection is and their expectations of what a connection like this is supposed to be don't align. And that's where they're not a vibrational match, because I feel like you're like, I want, if you're coming from a healthy place, I want a reciprocal, loving connection, that, we can, be each other's, we can be a partner, it's a team. And this person's like, nah, I want to have fun, which isn't bad. In good, healthy connections, you can still have fun. But it's almost like their priorities about connections aren't in alignment with yours. What they want isn't in alignment with what you want. And don't, do your hardest not to do your best not to take that personally, because that does not mean that they don't want what you want with you. It's just that they're not, there yet. I feel like they're not, their energy feels a little immature, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. They're just not there yet. And that's not your burden to bear, All right, this person's energy toward Taurus. Ooh, Taurus, they take you for granted. It's not that they don't care about you. I just don't feel like they're like, I don't feel like they're they don't see your value for who you are. And that, again, that's not something you should take personally. That's what leaves you guessing, though, is because I feel like it's like, this person feels very like on and off, back and forth. Like, it just feels like they don't really have like a stable, settled energy. Like, this is the best way that I can describe what I'm feeling, understanding here, is it just feels like it's like they don't appreciate love, and not just yours, but for what it is. It's like there's a little bit of entitlement here, right? And I feel like that's where you kind of get lost, is because you're like, it's almost like it's kind of icky energy, if I'm being honest, but like you should be grateful that they even give you the time of day kind of energy. And it's like, should I? This person's energy toward Taurus. They're not a bad person. It's just kind of their energy. The Empress in reverse. Is that in reverse? Yeah, that's in reverse. See, they don't see your worth. And that is the biggest problem. But I feel like there's a part of you, Taurus, that it goes back to that. It's like, who they are and what they're capable of, but there's a part of you that's like, maybe for me they'll change, or maybe for me it'll be different. And then when they don't, it hits you like a ton of bricks, and it makes you feel really bad about yourself. And it's because there's a part of you looking for love from someone that is emotionally unavailable. That's what this is. This energy is emotional unavailability. And there's this need to realize that looking for someone who is emotionally unavailable to give you the emotional availability that you're deserving of will never work. It will never work because people don't open up their emotional availability for other people. They do it for themselves. This person's energy toward Taurus, please. I've been getting a few readings like this recently that I just don't like this person's energy. The Emperor in reverse, this person's very controlling. They come across as very controlling. They are very, I feel like they try to control you in a way. That's the expectation here. I feel like your expectation is let's be partners, and their expectation is no, we do things my way. It's not about what's right for both people, it's about what's best for them. And that's not fair to you. I mean, look at what they have in reverse. They have the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Emperor in reverse. That is crazy. That is insane energy. That is not that they are crazy or insane. I'm just saying that is crazy. It's so, it's like, I don't know. And it depends on how you read tarot, right? But to me, it's like the lack of all of the goodness, necessary energy. It's like they don't hold the energy that is best for you, is good enough for you. This person's energy toward Taurus. Oh, but boy, are they confident. They are confident. I just don't really feel like they are very self-aware. And that, Taurus, is not your problem. Because I feel like this person has this need to protect themselves. The Five of Swords here. And it feels like it's crossed with the Strength. It feels like there's this need for them to protect themselves. And they do that by putting on a bit of a front, a bit of an ego front, right? Like very much like they don't really like themselves, but they like who they portray themselves to be, kind of energy. And I feel like that it's not love is what that is. It's not love. It could be infatuation. It could be like the need for control of other people. I don't know, but it's not love. And that's why you have Love Matters. You deserve to feel loved and appreciated and understood. And if this person isn't able to give that to you, that has nothing to do with you. Absolutely nothing to do with you. That is not because this person, sure, they don't see your worth. Who the hell cares? They don't see their own worth. They don't like themselves. Therefore, they see the worst in people because they look for the worst in themselves. That's not your problem. And I feel like this connection, it does a lot of confusing you. It's like, because this person likes control, I feel like they keeps you guessing. Like they keep you guessing on purpose. And I don't like it. This person's energy toward Taurus. This person's energy toward Taurus. It didn't come out. The Lovers in reverse. There it is. Look at that. That is a straightforward message. That is a straightforward message. This is literally, because there you are. Taurus is the Queen of Pentacles. And then you have this Lovers in reverse. They do not see your value. They do not see you for everything that you are. And that has nothing to do, that shouldn't, like, it's like people are like, ouch, that hurts. That shouldn't hurt your feelings because that does not mean that you don't have value. It means that this person is incapable of seeing your value. And you don't, it's almost like there's this level of trying to prove, you feel like you need to prove their value to them. Like if they could just see what you were worth, or if they could just, it's like, but what, like you don't want someone like them to see your value. Like I don't know how to put it. Like it's like I don't want to say who cares, because that comes off as very like lacking empathy, and I get it. Like, I've been in connections like this before with family, friends, relationships where I felt like I wasn't seen. People didn't see my value, and I felt like I needed to constantly prove how successful and intelligent and caring and smart and all of these things that I was to the people that were supposed to be loving me. And it's really easy to get caught in that trap of thinking that love is validation, that validation is love. And that's just not the case. And there's this need to see that. That's why you have higher ground and illumination, to really look at the bigger picture here and say, does this connection make me feel loved? Or do I hope that at some point this person sees my value, because then it will make me feel lovable? That's what you're needing to kind of be honest with yourself about here. But let's take a look. We're hopping over to the extended. We have higher ground and illumination. All of the information for that's in the description box below. Thank you so much, Taurus, as always, for the support of my channel. I do hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you are needing today. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing moving forward. All right, bye, Taurus.